Hey guys, this is DC, your host of Barside Jive, and we've got a brand new show starting today, the 13th of July. We're kicking off Barside Jive on the air. Yeah, we moved away from our Tuesday and Thursday shows. We thought we'd do something that was even more fun for us, something where we could interact with the audience. So we're going to do some cool stuff like have a studio line, let you guys call in. We may make some phone calls ourselves if the opportunity arises, and we just want to do something a little different, a little more fun. So we're going to have a variety show. We're going to do some news, and we're going to do art and fashion and weather and traffic and music. This is a 2-hour show. We're going to start as close to 4 o'clock as we can every Monday. I swear we'll get better. We're in a brand new studio, and we've got brand new equipment. And so you guys bear with us because we know that we're not just strictly radio. We're actually being filmed live on camera. So we don't have the luxury of hiding in a dark space. Everything we do is out there. So bear with us. First couple of shows, maybe we'll get on track. But we are going to start at 4 o'clock every Monday and stay with you till at least 6 p.m. And hope that you'll join us. All you got to do is go to, obviously you've already done it, so I'm giving you these instructions just so you can pass them on. But it's like in a browser, vocalnow.com, and vocal is intentionally misspelled with a
K.
Absolutely it is. And if you're like adventurous, just go to your app store and download the Vocal Now app. It doesn't matter if you have an Android or an iPhone, either one will work. You download the app, it's a free download, and you will see us at the top of that screen in the live area, hopefully, every Monday. Right, Jay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let me do some introductions. So you guys have probably watched our little video series we did where Crusader DC introduce the crew, but let me do it live tonight. These are the folks that are going to be involved in the show on a weekly basis and bring you all sorts of entertaining information from the world, because we are worldwide. We're just not in Dallas, Fort Worth. We are worldwide. We are global. We are global. So we've got Bre Akers, our tipsy gypsy, is back on this show. And Bre?
What's up?
Yeah, hey.
Hey.
It's good to see you.
Well, good to see you too.
Yeah, it's been a while, right? Because of COVID, right?
So long.
So long.
So long.
It's been so long. And Bre's going to cover the news.
The news. I got news for you guys. So
She's got news, and we're going to let her do it. So it's awesome having somebody else do the news. And Bre is the perfect person for that. So she'll also do other stuff. She'll probably bring us drinks occasionally too, because she likes to make drinks, and
we like to drink them.
And we like to drink them, right, Brad?
yeah.
Absolutely.
I just didn't want to break the new studio.
Yeah, right. Calls us short with all the new gear. Yeah, I mentioned that, but it's a little bit of a learning curve for us here. Being back in a studio with new stuff, so we're kind of learning and trying to make sure everything works properly. It's not like we didn't get here early enough, because I know we've been here since probably about 1 o'clock today, I think, 1 o'clock. So we've had a lot of quick training, but I want to also introduce to you Brad. You remember Brad?
Hey.
Brad Jensen. Yeah, Brad.
Hey, I'm here.
Welcome back.
I came out of my bunker.
You did.
I actually have a bunker, and
Yeah.
yeah,
You came off the farm.
came off the farm, out of the bunker, and here I am.
Yeah, it's just a tornado shelter on a farm, but
It is, but
he calls it a bunker because it sounds cooler.
it does sound cool. It's got scorpions and snakes in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
No, it's good to be back.
yeah,
Dusted everything off.
yeah. And this is going to be a fun show
Oh
because
yeah.
we
don't know where it's going to go.
We don't. I mean, it's just like a radio show, except they can see us.
Yeah.
So if we screw up, they'll know exactly. We just can't hide behind the
We know
mic.
who to blame.
Yeah, we really don't have anyone to blame. And so Bre and Brad are back, as well as we've got Jay. We added Jay for sports, right, Jay?
Oh yeah.
Hey.
It's it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Glad to have Jay.
We are glad to have Jay.
Yeah.
Jay is he's got double duty. He serves as our production guy, and he's going to cover sports because he's just that kind of guy. He digs sports, and he's going to try to tell you a lot more about sports than I could. Although I'm sure it'll be tough for him, but he's going to talk a lot about sports while he runs the show. So it'll be awesome to have Jay on board. And then Boner is let's see, Boner. He's not with us tonight. Boner's on a bit of a vacation. So Boner, I don't know if he'll be back next week or not, but he said he wasn't going to be here for the first show. So no Boner tonight, but I'm sure Boner will be here to entertain as soon as we can get him back. So we are excited to be here, and we've got a lot of stuff to bring you.
Yeah.
So let's get started. What do you say?
Let's go.
Let's go with the little traffic. What do you say, Jay?
All right.
There you go. We're really close. And here we go. What's traffic without a little copter action, right?
You gotta have copter action.
Gotta have a copter. I gotta be in a copter to do the traffic. Well, let me tell you guys, from the Barside Jive Global Traffic Center and your Barside Jive Drive team, we've got some problem spots today. It's 2 p.m. in Los Angeles, folks, so gear up for rush hour because it's coming up quick, 3 to 5 p.m. when all hell breaks loose in La La Land. The 91, the 5, the 605, the 405, the 710, 210, 105, the 10, just plain 10, the 101, and the 110. Just pick your poison, boys and girls, because it's going to be hairy. It could be traffic, construction, accidents, protesters, heaps of homeless trash, police chases, or a half-nude woman on a billboard. So making it to your destination today on time, it's never a guarantee. In fact, it's just a bad bet. In general, you should avoid using overground public transportation. Oh, we're not moving on yet. Stand by.
Special report coming in.
Yeah, we're gonna
Hot off the presses.
Could you sing,
I wish I could make a helicopter noise right about now.
Yeah, I've got it. There we go.
Technical difficulties.
Way to have your pages numbered.
Okay, guys, we're gonna move on from Los Angeles, California. We got a little traffic action going on in Moscow.
Hey.
In general, you should avoid using overground public transportation, including taxis in Moscow during rush hour. That would be 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Yes, I'm talking about Russia's capital city. Should you need to travel during rush hour because you didn't know any better, plan in enough time and take a good book to read, because you will need it. And plan in enough time so you can enjoy that bottle of authentic Russian vodka, because it's not unusual to be stuck in traffic for several hours. Of course, depending on your route, you can take in the beautiful Kremlin and roadside singing babushkas. However, in Moscow, it's already 10 p.m., so the national curfew is in force and violators may be shot on sight.
Are you serious?
Absolutely, I'm serious. This is Barside Jive Traffic. Of course we're serious, Bradley.
They have a curfew?
Absolutely. Let me move on to New York City, Brad.
Okay.
Everyone has a curfew right now. If you abide by it, that's up to you.
Just wear your freaking mask.
Okay, New York City.
New York City,
get a rope.
Driving into and around the city is never for the faint of heart, and today is no exception. To avoid the worst of rush hour traffic, don't drive into the city or out of the city between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. It's currently a little after 5 there now, so if you're anywhere in the Big Apple, on the Cross Bronx Expressway, voted the most congested roadway in the entire country, the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, also known as the BQE, between the Manhattan Bridge and Long Island Expressway, or the Major Deegan Expressway between the RFK Bridge and the Cross Bronx, you should seek help from a licensed mental health professional. It's 4 p.m., guys, in Bogota, Colombia, and rush hour is in full shit show mode. Please avoid the Bogota rush hour at all costs. Traditional taxis in Bogota are your best bet, but know that the drivers are known to be nasty when it comes to charging extra to the tourists. Also keep in mind that the taxis are very tiny, very, very tiny, with little bitty tiny trunks. So don't bring much luggage with you because it's not gonna fit. The evening rush hour experience in Atlanta, Georgia is at its worst from 3:30 p.m. to as late as 7:30 p.m. Particularly avoid Spaghetti Junction, Cobb, Cloverleaf, and I-20 and I-285 West, which are among the nation's worst highway spots. It's 4 p.m. currently, and if you are already on the road, we send our thoughts and prayers. Right, guys?
That's right.
This is a long-ass stretch of time for pretty much every road in the Big Peach to be congested, so if you do not want to sit in bumper-to-bumper traffic, avoid travel during the busy time period. Oh, yeah. And never ever travel on the inside right lane. Many of the inside right lanes on Atlanta's freeways turn into exit-only routes, and they do not give you much notice before it happens. If you do get stuck in one of these lanes, you might have no choice but to get off the freeway in an area that you're totally not familiar with, and only if you can avoid becoming a victim of one of Atlanta's most violent crimes, you may be able to find your way back onto the freeway. If you stay in the middle lanes until you know when your exit is coming, you will be much better off. The worst congestion and longest jams in Europe will be found in London town. The north approach road to Blackwall Tunnel between Greenwich and the Docklands is your slowest route. You're looking at a 91-minute wait compounded by accidents and breakdowns. Keep in mind that once you get into the queue, you may never, ever get out. Wait. It's 10 p.m. there, so rush hour's over. So go celebrate your rush hour survival by stopping into the House of Vans or the Ain't Nothing But or the Troubadour and check out some live music. I've heard the gin-based Hanky Panky is a drink worth mentioning. And finally, in Booger Hole, West Virginia, located in the Rush Fork Valley near the town of Ivy Dale, a major traffic jam has 45 backed up to Cheat Lake due to a sighting of the boogeyman himself. That's global traffic from your Barside Jive Drive team? No, that's traffic from your Barside Jive Drive team.
Hey.
All right.
That was good. That was good.
You like that?
I like the boogeyman.
The boogeyman.
Yeah.
He lives.
Remember that show from that movie from the 70s?
The movie Boogeyman.
The boogie. It was the Boogie Bottom Monster.
No, that was the Boggy Creek Monster.
Boggy Creek Monster.
From Falk, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say it's a true story.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
He lifted two big old pigs over a fence. Yeah, and just kept on going.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
That's an old movie.
It's
You
Bigfoot.
need to go Google it. It's the Boggy Creek, like Bogggy, Boggy Creek Monster. It's a classic movie.
Yeah, from like 72 or 78.
Yeah,
You
sounds
should
like it.
watch it at Halloween.
Yeah.
No, just watch it anytime.
And video your response.
I was gonna say this is gonna backfire on me real quick.
No, it's a good show.
No, it's nothing like what you set us up for.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw it first time, it was on at the show.
Yeah. I was looking at different things, and that was one of them.
Yeah. Hey, guys, it's time for news.
Oh.
News with Bre. It's her turn.
Hey. All right, we gotta get serious.
Gotta get serious.
Gotta
I
get
thought
serious.
we were serious.
We're always
The
We're
serious.
very serious.
traffic was very serious.
Very serious, guys.
Okay.
Do I not get like a cool intro or anything?
I'm working
No.
on
Oh.
I'm working on something new.
God, man.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me give you something new.
No, forget it.
No, I got
No.
something for you here. Here's your intro.
Regret this too.
No, here's your intro.
Remember that song?
We just use that for everything.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. And the helicopter.
Well, you could be a helicopter too, because the news would be cool
Yeah,
from a
so-
helicopter.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, guys. Well, I'm bringing you the news of this week. So I'm just gonna start you guys out with some very sad news.
Bad news.
So yeah, in the helicopter.
I thought you might want some background.
Well, thank you. old Epstein's old lady, Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever her name is, she still hasn't been suicided by Hillary Clinton. So
That's kind of good news.
Oh man, she survived this long.
she survived this
It's
long.
been like a week.
It
Or
has.
two.
You know, you gotta imagine she must be sweating bullets.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, and she's wearing like paper clothes.
Yeah, or any clothes. I
Paper
wouldn't wear any
paper
clothes.
jumpsuit.
I wouldn't wear any clothes.
I don't feel bad for her. Anyway.
I don't feel
No.
bad for
No.
her.
No,
It's
I
just-
don't. Yeah, I don't either. But
So today, new updates emerged about her trying to ask for a $5 million bond so she can get out. And details came out about how she hired ex-British military security guards who would go do her shopping for her. As the feds knocked on her door, they saw her through the window ignore them, and she took off. So they broke down the door and found her in the middle of the house. Yeah.
Please open up.
Yeah. And they
Please
found
open
her and her foil wrapped cell phone in the house because she was trying to live off the grid. So if that's all it takes.
hey, if foil works, I'm gonna start doing that.
I was going to say, like, we can put people on the moon and all this stuff, and all it takes is some
But
foil,
wait a
like,
minute.
to go off the
I mean,
grid.
Didn't she realize she's got her phone wrapped up in foil, but she's also using her phone?
That
so
was
it's still
that was
getting the
my
signal.
thought. Is like, why even have the phone? So, and they had even made a comment like, you can tell she has experience living,
Not
in
much.
secret. Yeah, and I'm like, having a cell phone period is not like, watch a cartel movie, burner phones all the
Yeah,
way. Like
burner
it's
phones.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
They got those at Walmart.
I got them in the bunker.
yeah, she could send her British military to Walmart and she just get a pack of, and they sent him with a credit card. Okay,
Oh,
great.
that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. So
Well, yeah.
good
Credit
job.
card's not trackable.
Yeah.
You know what? You can use aluminum foil for everything. I mean, I remember when we used to, take the antenna and
Oh,
wrap
yeah.
it around the top of the antenna and let it droop over like a rabbit ear, and it would pick up, gray channels.
Yeah.
Well, now anytime I know that I need to avoid your phone calls, I'm just wrapping my phone in foil.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, let's see how maybe your phone will actually work.
Do we have any
Yeah.
foil
Yeah.
here in the studio? Let's just do it right now.
I
So
don't have any.
tomorrow is her arraignment. So if anyone's interested,
Is it?
yeah.
Oh,
Are they
When-
placing bets or anything if she makes it?
Oh yeah, we should place bets. How
We
long?
should.
How long before?
Will she make it to the arraignment, or will she?
I've got a little something
What's the
along those
over-under on
lines
that?
that, here we go. You ready?
We're waiting.
You see it? Oh, you can't. You guys
I
can't
can't
see
see
it.
We
it.
can't see anything.
The FBI allows Ghislaine Maxwell to be detained in the same prison as Jeffrey Epstein after assurances that the facility and its employees have been upgraded. It's a picture of Hillary and Bill with those noses and glasses, and it's like
Oh yeah, I sent you.
I don't know why they put Bill in there. She's the one who does all the killing.
I
mean-
sent you a photo of her to put up for everybody. I forgot,
Oh,
guys.
you did.
I
Okay, let's
did.
see. That's Bre number 7.
I don't know.
Is that Bre 7?
I
Would it
don't-
be Bre? What number, Bre? Was it the first one?
I don't know. Just click one. We'll find out.
Oh, that's not. That's
Nothing.
no.
Yeah.
That's
Well, did you
not.
guys hear about the painting that Epstein had of Bill?
Yeah, I saw
Wearing a
it. Wearing the
dress?
dress. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's like, man, I own you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You walk into Epstein's house, and above his fireplace, there's a picture of yourself in a dress,
Yeah.
and it's a blue dress.
Yeah. It's not this tangled thing, is it?
No, it's a picture of her.
Okay. Here we go. Let's try Bre 7.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Let's try Bre 10.
Nope.
No. What's a little picture? Guys, sorry.
Nope. But that's for the next one.
We're.
Nope.
What are we looking for?
I'm looking for.
Next time we'll have to label these better.
Yeah, I got Bre 7, Bre 10, 11.
Anyway, it
How about 9?
no.
No, I don't know, Bre.
Okay. Well, you can leave it on that one.
Well, a
'cause
lot of
we're
these people
going-
are probably just listening. They're not watching anyway. So
Anyway.
they're not missing out on anything at all.
On to the rest of the news.
Just tell them what the picture was about.
Yeah, what was the picture?
It was a joke of who her prisoner security guard was, but it was Hillary dressed up.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, guys, on to the next story.
Oh, here, FBI hires top-rated Italian bodyguard Luigi Clintonelli to protect Jelaine Maxwell.
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
hilarious. That's hilarious. I finally found it.
Finally.
Gosh.
All right, now go back
It's
to
the
the
mouse.
now
It
go
was
back to the next
It is
one.
the mouse.
The mouse.
Okay, the next one was
9.
Sure, probably. Okay, guys, while he finds that, are you in the market for new furniture? Well, if you need a new $10,000 pillow, then look no further than Wayfair, because you may not get a pillow, you may get a missing child.
In the pillow?
Well,
Wow.
you may not even get the pillow.
So that stuff's true.
I don't know. So, that's right. This week in the conspiracy world, the internet broke out, breaking down really expensive dark holes and connecting the dots from expensive items on Wayfair that they say has something to do with missing kids that may be part of a sex trafficking ring.
Oh man.
So there's multiple theories that look at current employees of Wayfair who are from none other than previously employed by the lovely Clintons, as well as Wayfair being a company that happens to be supplying furniture to ICE camps where kids seem to be going missing. There's also suggestions that Wayfair has scripted their employees on how to respond to people emailing them about the conspiracy theories.
Wow.
Employees have allegedly come out to say that there are really oddly heavy miscellaneous boxes that get prioritized last minute to get shipped out. So if you recently purchased a duvet cover and got a toddler, please write us and tell us your Wayfair experience.
God. I want to say, if you'd have told me 10 years ago that we would be where we are today with all this shit going on, I'd have said you're a liar.
Yeah,
And-
There's no way.
And apparently they have removed said products, but they say like the cabinets that this all started from, is industrial grade, so they're supposed to be $10,000. I'm pretty sure I saw that same cabinet in like my kindergarten classroom and know that my school did not pay $10,000 for said cabinet.
I don't know. These school districts, they got lots of money.
Yeah,
Most
so-
of our taxes go to them.
Right. So please write into us, call us if you've had some incident of finding a child instead of, a nice like candle holder or
wow.
something.
Is this the right picture?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was literally Wayfair ads.
Golly, man. Bre, I don't know what
It's the mouse.
it is.
Sorry guys, whatever you're seeing, that's not.
It's not the right. Oh,
That-
this is
there
it.
it is.
This is it.
There it is.
There's your Wayfair ads,
Yeah, so
guys.
the names of the products
my.
are lining up to names of missing children. So if you are seeing
that's
this,
horrible.
you can, look into it, go down a couple rabbit holes yourself and see
Yeah.
what you believe. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, next news. So
we got more coming from Bre.
got more.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, if you think our show's a shit show, then you should have heard.
No, I didn't say our show. I said traffic.
Well,
I was talking about the traffic.
Jada
in
Pinkett
Bogota,
Smith.
Columbia.
Jada Pinkett Smith has her own show. It's called The Red Table Talk. And she had her hubby, none other than Mr. Getting Jiggy With It himself, Will Smith, on as her guest, while they dove into how Jada herself got jiggy with it. And by that, I mean with another dude. So his
What?
name, So his name is August something or other.
We're not big
August.
on names here. We
His
Yeah.
name is August Moon.
It's August something or other. So apparently Will and Jada, had a downturn in their marriage and they were thinking about separating, and she befriended this guy named August. He was going through like some health problems, and then mind you, she's having this discussion with her husband now at this table, like going over this, and she has now taken the internet by storm by using the phrase entanglement instead of, hey, Will, I'm sorry, I banged another dude because our marriage was trash. So
How did she use that word in a sentence?
she said, I had an entanglement with him. And he was like, no, that's an affair.
I thought that's what happened when my fishing lures got all tangled up.
Entanglement.
It was an entanglement.
Right. So if you want to see the face of a broken man who's trying to comprehend the word entanglement, then that's Will Smith's face as she's
So he didn't know
saying this. So
what she was about to drop on him.
correct. Like they
Wow.
were kind of going on it, but I mean, he knew it happened because she made it a point to put out there that August or whatever his name is, yeah, August, that he wasn't a home wrecker, that he basically had asked Will for his permission. And by permission, it was like, hey, like you guys are like done. So it's cool if I bang your wife, right? So,
Oh, how horrible.
yeah.
Wow.
So the good old Fresh Prince ain't looking so fresh in this photo.
And I'm sure like he's a great actor.
He is a great actor, but I love hearing entangled stories. So if you've got an entangled story, I know I've been there by accident, then let us
Wow.
know.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
She just sprung that on him.
Mm-hmm.
No warning.
Yeah, on
That
her
hurts.
podcast. Like, hey, let's talk about our marriage is good now, so let's talk about
When it wasn't, by the way, you
my
don't
not
know.
affair. I was entangled with him.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Hey, is that it?
yeah, just when we talk about entertainment, I got some hot Netflix releases to talk
Oh,
about.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, we need to boycott some things. Do a PSA.
I've got a
on
little
that.
piece of news.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this is kind of fresh.
Hot off the presses.
My little contribution to you don't mind, do you?
Oh, I really don't have a say here. Are you entangled with the news?
Oh,
Yeah.
there's an entanglement. here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get entangled with this story at all. Man emasculated after trying to use air compressor to enlarge his penis.
What?
Man emasculated after trying to use air compressor to enlarge his. I've actually got a photo. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, hang on. I've got a photo.
Wow. Is he stupid? I guess he is stupid. I mean, that's a dumb question.
Let's see here. Well, people are bored. This COVID thing's got people at home and they're bored and they.
Yeah.
There's
They
like
don't know what to do.
some products that they put warning labels on that you're
Cricket.
like, why would you need that? And then you hear
This
stories.
is why you would need that.
Yeah.
So a man who tried to enlarge his genitals by inflating them with an air compressor was left completely emasculated and almost died after his penis exploded. Yeah. 37-year-old Ryan Davies from Patterson, New Jersey, was lying unconscious in a pool of blood when his wife found him. She immediately called the paramedics. He was rapidly transported to the hospital where he arrived in critical conditions, but the doctors were able to finally stabilize him after a few hours. Upon regaining unconsciousness, he admitted that he had tried everything to enlarge his penis over the last 2 years and had already invested $15,000, guys, in pills and penile pumps without success.
So just take it up a notch and
Use an air compressor.
use an air compressor.
He finally decided to try this industrial air compressor.
300 psi.
And he insists that his genitals did enlarge during the procedure
They did.
before they exploded.
Can you imagine this? Let's just rehash this. He's sitting there looking at it going, hey, okay, it's pretty good. Hey, this is working. Wow, I'm pretty impressed with this. I'm going to go a look. He got greedy.
Okay, so this doctor, right, that treated him, said that he insists that men should never use improvised penis enlargement methods and should consult a specialist to learn about effective treatments and possible surgeries. Last year,
Yeah.
7,357 men were hospitalized across the United States in relation to penis enlargement treatments or devices, an increase of 44% compared to 2016.
What's going on?
Netflix.
Netflix. There you go. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
But also, like, nobody goes from like zero to industrial. So he
No.
tried like, I don't know, like a bike pump in between there.
I
Yeah.
wonder if he used the hand one.
Right, that's
and
all-
then
that's all
moved
I
up- Then
picture.
moved up to the foot one.
Yeah.
That little ball needle would hurt though.
Oh.
Oh,
man.
and like an
sorry.
industrial compressor wouldn't?
I mean, that's just
Yeah, that's
immediate.
true.
Like, I don't know, 300 psi. Just shoot.
It brings new meaning to pump it up.
It does. Blow your balls off.
Y'all and your dicks, I swear.
I mean, it's like, what was Clearly, he wasn't
Oh
thinking.
man.
I mean-
No, I don't think it had to do with thinking at all.
I mean, you look at a tire. Shoo.
Oh, that's the doctor. I've got the photo of the doctor.
okay.
It popped up on its own. Jay found it.
Oh, wow.
Jay is such a great guy to have
He is-
in the
he is so
in the
great.
game room.
He is.
I just want to
mean,
know like what the like how the little emergency response they have like their little codes and put like notes in
Yeah.
like,
Right.
for them. I wonder like what it
Yeah.
said.
I wonder if he used a needle like he used for like a pump up a ball,
That's what I said.
or one of those.
Yeah.
He wasn't listening to
No,
me.
I wasn't. I was still.
He completely tuned me out.
visualizing.
He was like he's just
He was
thinking so
shocked
hard
by
about
the-
it.
He was
Yeah.
shocked by the headline.
How's he doing this? And what was he? Clearly, he wasn't.
What was he
I'm just like-
thinking?
well, I heard. It kind of goes along with this. It was my someone I know.
Yeah.
Is a nurse.
Yeah, we're live. It's like going out to
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Yeah.
She had said that she was in the ER and a guy had another guy with an air compressor put the air thing up his butt and turned it on, it just as a joke, and he died
Wow.
because the air got trapped inside
Oh
and he
my
died.
goodness.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Guys in orifices and air compressors.
Yeah.
One of my girlfriends, she's a ER doctor, and every now and again she'll tell us like a story. And most recently, a guy, of course, came in.
It's always the
It's always a guy
We're stupid. you
with
know,
a with
do
a
dumb
curtain
things.
rod up his butt, and then after
what?
a curtain rod up his
Where
butt.
was he gonna hang?
I don't know, but he asked for it back after they had to remove it. And she's like,
Wow.
no, we had to
Was it
put
one of
it
those
in
old
a
school-
hazmat like
Oh,
bin.
God.
Was it one of those old school metal ones, or was it one of the big round?
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I would not want it back.
It's, when I started life after high school, got a real job. I was an EMT. I drove an ambulance for a couple of years. And
He was like everything. Now I just think he's making it all
It
up.
is.
He's like Inspector Gadget.
It's
Yeah.
amazing the stuff that people put in their butts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
really
Man.
is. Yeah, if you want to know, just talk to a paramedic or an ER doctor, and they'll tell you. Just like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
It's weird. Sometimes live animals.
So
Yeah.
PSA guys, please stop putting things up your
Yeah.
butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
ugh. Anyways,
So that was my bit of news.
Yeah.
that was.
All right, we're going to move on. Why don't we talk about art and fashion? Because that's always an
Are we
area
done
I'm
with
intrigued.
the-
Yeah, we're going. We're going.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, we're moving, man. We're
Okay, I didn't know
We're
where-
on you. Spotlight's on Brad.
Well, let's get more serious because I'm always serious about art and fashion.
Right.
And I don't know what you got pulled up over there, but let's talk about.
Oh yeah, let me
this-
get busy over
the
here.
statue
Pull
of
up something.
David.
Yeah, it's gonna take him 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So
We're going to discuss the statue of David. And Bre, you said
Oh,
that you've
shit.
been over there.
I have been over there.
You know which one it is?
Which one? What is?
Photo. With what number?
Oh God, here we go.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't number 'em.
No. But going forward, since it works that way, it's all new stuff here.
Oh, I thought fashion was first. Okay, we'll just skip to. There you go.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what photo you pulled up, but
It's a hand.
Okay, and well, if it's the hand, okay, we'll just go with
It's,
this.
okay, here's another one.
This statue. It was done by Michelangelo. Or
That
Michelangelo.
hand looks real, doesn't it?
And
Oh, it's insane.
yeah, and this was actually a one piece of marble that they call it the one piece marble wonder, and it had gone through two different artists, and two different artists tried to work with it, and they said they couldn't work with it. It's too difficult. They couldn't do anything with it, and so after 42 years, Michelangelo got it, and he created what we see today. And if you just look at the detail, I mean, it looks like it would be soft. I mean, the way the skin tones are, and you can see the veins in the hand. I don't know
Mhm.
what photo you have pulled up there,
Well, I have the full
Yeah.
full thing.
but there's more there you can click at or look at.
But is this thing still standing? I mean, they haven't
It's still
they haven't pulled
standing.
it down yet and burned
Well,
it, set it on
there's
fire. I mean,
different
I'm
ones.
sure he.
Yeah,
had a-
there's
there's more than-
multiple ones in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florence.
but that's the original, and but
Wow.
there's reproductions of it that've been torn down, been graffitied, and the head's been knocked off and things like that.
Yeah, because I'm
But,
sure he knew somebody that somebody didn't like.
I'm sure. I mean, back then.
Sure.
But it was when they first erected it, or when it was first erected.
Erected.
Erected. You know, I thought I'd use that word. It was a symbol of the Florence Republic, and it was a symbol of strength. And so it's pretty interesting. I mean, it is like you've been there, Bre. You said it's huge.
Yeah, like because not too far, I don't think it's right out the actual museum, but it's not too far. There's like a smaller version outside. And so you're like, okay, like that's cool. And then when you actually go to the museum where he is and you walk in and see him, it's pretty breathtaking. I mean, to say the least. And when you actually, even if you're like not into art and stuff, but to like see something of that size and the details, like when guys are oh my God.
What?
When guys are like looking at like bodybuilders and it's like, oh, like I totally want to be like that guy. Like I'm like, no, y'all need to be like David. Like he's got it going on.
Yeah. And
Like
it's funny you should mention that because a lot of guys they looked at that and that's what they want to be. They want to be like David because he's the basically perfect male model. And but actually there is a defect that Michelangelo put in. There's a little the eye. There's a little wink or in the eye where it's kind of a smaller, and so he's not perfect. It's not a perfect specimen of the male, and so it's interesting. But yeah, so
Well, I have a little flaw, so.
yeah, I have a.
no comment.
I have one little flaw.
We'll put you
I
up
have
in a
one tiny little
museum.
flaw. No, they tear me down. I'd be burning. I'd be laying down on fire. They'd be
But,
painting me.
The eyes, it's facing towards Rome, and it's kind of given the look towards Rome.
It was interesting that you chose a statue because there aren't many left.
No, they're tearing them all down, which I find. I mean, I don't know what your political side. I really don't care.
Well, I love history.
But you just look at it as that's art. Someone created that, and especially those statues back then during the Renaissance, they were all done by hand.
Yeah.
And it took years.
Yeah.
To do it, and even these bronze castings of today, 100 years ago, those were first carved out, and they made a mold, and all that was done by hand, and then they pour the bronze in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like okay, get past all the political BS and just look at the art of it.
Yeah, a lot of
I
work.
mean, if we can look at art films, I'm supposed to be okay with that.
Right, true. True.
I love art film.
That was great, Brad.
I love art films too, and but yeah, so it was so it's interesting. If you have the opportunity, go look it up, read more about it. It's just a little nugget of. I mean, we could spend hours on just that.
A little nugget.
Little nugget there, and I don't know what photos you're showing, but
Yeah, well, I think we're done with showing them.
okay.
I've showed them over and over.
Okay, and so yeah, that's the art side. Do we want to move on to fashion?
Oh, let's do fashion.
Okay, because this is.
I mean, I could throw down some weather,
I'm
but we could do.
Do we need to take a weather break? Because we need to take a weather break. We can. And then come right back into art.
Shoot, I don't care. It's let's see. Yeah, we'll take a quick break and we'll do weather, and then we'll come back with Brad's
Summer fashion tips.
finale.
Yeah, summer fashion.
Summer
tips.
fashion tips.
Yeah.
If this mouse would only work. Let's see here. I've got weather for you guys, and there we go. There we go. No music, just a little poster. Yeah, weather.
It's cute. Looks like clip art from first grade.
Yeah, well,
Is it something you drew out?
pretty close.
I was gonna say it's pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. Okay, guys, it's DC from your Barside Jive National Forecast Center. Well, not a lot of surprises this week. Monkey's Eyebrow, Kentucky, 88 degrees and mostly sunny. Ding Dong, Texas, 105 degrees, partly sunny and HOT hot. I mean, real hot. Chances of death have stabilized at about 99%. PP, Ohio, high of 84 degrees, clear with periodic clouds, and your humidity is a balmy 94%. Scratch Ankle, Alabama, guys. 93 degrees, but feels like 105, and a few strong evening thunderstorms, so it could be raining cats and dogs, but it's definitely going to be humid. Why Arizona? I don't know why, but that's where the place is. Your current temperature is 108. That's degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny, and the wind is at 12 miles per hour. Spontaneous combustion is possible as dangerously hot conditions exist in the upper San Pedro River Valley and eastern Cochise County. Now we're going to move on to why not North Carolina. 78 degrees, clear with periodic clouds. And guys, the entire state of California is starting to sink and the inhabitants are getting eaten by sharks. And that's your weather from your Barside Jive meteorologist here at Barside Jive on the air. Back to you, Brad.
Hey, okay. Now we'll move right on to fashion.
Yes.
Absolutely. I can't wait to do fashion. I love fashion.
So
I love fashion.
I love fart and I fart. I love
I
art.
was like,
Oh,
wow.
I love
love
art.
'em.
I love art and I love fashion.
That
We did
es-
have Taco Casa.
That
We did.
escalated quickly.
It did.
This is a lot smaller room than the last one we were in.
Yeah, it is. But it is nice.
Oh, man.
But again, I can't see the photos you're about to pull up. But
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna-
photos.
Oh,
So,
God.
I don't
Photos,
know,
Jay. Where's my mouse?
I don't know what we're gonna be looking at, but I know what I'm.
I'll
gonna
tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Now there's one
Oh, my
where
gosh,
there's a
it won't
gentleman.
work at all now.
Jay, you might have to take over here.
I need Brad one. Finally. Okay, there you go. It's, oh
There should be one of a gentleman with blonde hair.
no,
Looks
that's
like-
not it.
what's the one you got there?
This is a lady with her hands on her hips.
She wearing a hat?
This is a lady. This is two ladies in the same picture, and this is the same, and this is the lady with the hat. Two ladies with a hat.
Okay. The reason why that one's there is hats,
Whoa.
hats are in season.
Yeah.
And hats are also important.
Yeah.
And especially for outside in the heat in the summer. A lot of people they're against having they're against having sunscreen on.
Yeah.
They don't think about putting sunscreen on their ears or anything like that. So a hat
Right.
is very good to protect your ears and your face.
Well, why not protect the
from
rest
sun.
of that body and cover it up too?
We're talking about hats right now. And so hats are
The
important.
rest doesn't matter, DC. It's
So if you're worried about your
We're talking
ears,
about-
I don't worry about my stomach and those hips hanging out.
We're talking about hats.
Okay.
And so the hats are very important. They're very in style this season. And so go out, get you a floppy hat, get you, a big brim hat, and you can get one that's, multicolored or a straw one.
And guys, if you want a real fashionable hat, just talk to Brad Jensen Art.
Yeah.
Because Brad,
I was gonna say, we know a guy, so
And we know a guy. Well, DC also, we've been working on some hats together.
I think one of your hats would look fabulous on
fabulous.
them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Let's go to another picture.
Okay. All right, what's this? There should be,
There we go. This is the lady with her hands on her hips, and I think she has a mask on.
is she wearing stars and striped shorts?
No, she's got a little dress.
Oh, the dress. Okay, see the dress there. See, that's not a lady. I think that's a dude.
Oh.
But I wanted to point out that
Whoops.
that style of dress is universal. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not tight in the hips. It's any body style could wear that dress.
Right.
It's very comfortable in the summertime. It's very comfortable when it's hot and humid outside.
Mm-hmm.
And you could wear it with some flats. You could wear some sandals. You can even dress it up a little bit with some some pumps. What do you think, Bre?
The only thing you have to be careful with those dresses is just like the chub rub.
Oh
Yeah, during the summers, chub rub.
What do you recommend for
rub.
that? I know they have like monkey butt that you can put there for the chub rub.
You can do,
gosh.
not like Arm & Hammer, but Gold Bond makes
okay.
Bond makes like a runner's stick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you
Well,
know,
there you go.
so when you're in Walmart with,
Pick up some Gold Bond.
Yeah.
Medicated pill. And
so you don't get your chub rub in your
And that's a light colored dress, so it's
yeah.
not gonna.
It's airy, it's light, it's flowy. You can do
very
squats.
flowy. You could do squats in
Yeah.
it. You could spin around in a circle and create a breeze.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great dress for
Breeze.
that. Breeze.
Yeah.
It's a great dress for that.
Yeah, it's a great dress. Next picture.
Next picture. What do we got here?
A lady in hot pink.
It's a dude.
Oh.
What I wanted to show, it kind of goes back to
Another
the
dude.
80s.
Man, DC really needs to go back to his eye doctor.
He does.
Dude looks like a lady.
Dude, it's kind of, those colors kind of go back to the 80s. And because remember in the 80s,
Wow.
you had guys were wearing those Dago colors. And you got the pink. And I think there's some
Dago?
aqua. I think there's some aqua.
Oh,
in there.
Dayglow.
Dayglow. So anyways, but he pulled it together. He was brave and he pulled it together. And he even has shoes that match. And with the blonde hair, I think it's a great color combination. So I would encourage guys to express yourself and, try some new things and get some color on.
Express yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I applaud the guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then go emasculate yourself.
With industrial strength
Air compressor.
There's nothing more sexy than a manly highlighter. For sure.
What's a manly highlighter?
A dude in neon colors.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I didn't know that. But
there you go, Brad. Get you some spandex in neon colors.
Well, okay. I have it in black.
Oh my God, we should have like an 80s theme day.
We should.
Yeah.
And then there should be one
Halloween.
in there with stars and stripes.
Oh, there's more?
She's very
I can't
patriotic.
wait. Let's see. No, it's the same one. Let's
Oh, okay.
see what Brad Ford. No, it's that chick. I mean, it's a guy.
It's a dude.
No, I'm not finding any stars and stripes.
She's wearing shorts,
Oh, maybe it's this one.
the white top. I believe it is.
No.
Okay. Well, we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brad.
All right.
I can't find that one.
Patriotic stuff is in.
Patriotic stuff is in. It was a combination of, I'll just
I love
describe it. It was a combination of denim in the back and America in the front.
Ah, yes.
Oh, is that the ladies in the hat?
I don't think she's wearing a hat. Was she wearing a hat?
'Cause she's got stars and stripes in the
There you
front.
go. Yeah,
denim in
that
the
was
back.
it. Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there was the hat photo.
Okay. It was a combination. I was going to do both of them.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Again, I can't see what you're pulling up. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, we got to fix that too, right, Jay? He's like, I'm out of here.
I was muted, but yeah.
Oh, were you? Yeah. You agree with that statement?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one with the pants, the short pants. That's the first one you went to, but it should have been a different photo.
Oh, thanks for correcting me, Jay. All right, now for a little song. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was Play Ball. It's a single by AC/DC and the first single from their 2014 album, Rock or Bust. It was first used on September 27, 2014 in a trailer for Major League Baseball on TBS postseason coverage, and the single was released on the 7th of October that year. And how appropriate to bring in our sports guy, Jay.
Yay!
Yay, Jay.
Jay.
I don't have a video, so they can't.
Oh, Jay.
Yeah, they can't.
Do we have a
see it,
picture
but-
of you?
Oh
at
my God,
least?
yes. Can we please get?
A picture
Yeah,
of
we
you
got to get a
working
picture
out?
of Jay.
Because you're a studly
Did you guys see him juggle in my last video?
No, I still haven't seen
Number
it.
4. Yeah.
I did.
He juggled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and talked at the same time. It was like really
There's
impressive.
nothing we could do.
Do we
Oh,
have?
no.
Do we have like a baby photo of Jay?
Oh,
to, like,
we should
put up?
like secure one.
We should.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, yeah, we should totally secure.
Do we have a photo of Jay in spandex?
Hey,
Oh, we can use like the baby filter on Snapchat. Jay, come here. Let me take a picture real quick.
No one needs to see that.
hey, Jay, did you want a little intro for your sports?
Well, I don't think you have one, so.
Well, yeah, I do.
Ooh.
I do. If I can get my mouse to work, I've got one right here.
Here we go.
All All right,
Wow.
here he is.
That's
Jay Gillespie on sports. He's got the balls.
wow.
Jay's got the balls.
You got the ball, Jay.
All right, well, it'll be short and sweet, but whoever's interested in sports nowadays, we got some sports coming back. MLB is scheduled to be, I believe, next week. So we got some sports back on the TVs in your living room. So one of the big highlights, one thing I wanted to highlight was conference Division I NCAA conference football. We got some big conferences: SEC, Big 10, Big 12. They're all pretty much deciding to. Well, one of them has, but the other two have not yet. But they're deciding to only play conference play this year. So that means they're not traveling. They're pretty much bussing around, state to state in their conference. The SEC that's pretty much Alabama and 13 other schools, and Big 12 are considering an SEC Big 12 football challenge. So it's
Nice.
it should be pretty cool. It hasn't been done really like this before, and so it's going to be SEC, like I said, Big 12, both Power 5 conferences. They've got some pretty solid teams. So it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see what they're going to do and how they're going to go through with it. So that's pretty much that's the biggest headlines as of right now, other than NHL, NBA looking to see when they're going to get back on schedule. But there's been some positive news in the past week or two regarding sports. So I'm pretty excited about it. They've been gone for too long. So
You sound excited about it.
yeah.
Well, tell me about Monday Night Football, still slated for September, right?
Believe so, yeah. Let me check the specific date, but yes. The home opener, what date is that? Let me
The
see.
Monday.
Jay, I need you to come in here so I can get a picture of you.
I am
so
not
we
going to
can-
come. I'm not going to take a picture.
But how else are we supposed to order you one of the cutouts that is going to sit in the Ranger Stadium?
You mean the ones for those people who don't know that you can actually go and buy a life-size cardboard cutout, and they will place it in Rangers Stadium for you, or any baseball stadium?
Yes. We need to put you in Ranger
I
Stadium.
am not going to do that.
Why not?
I don't know.
Our sports guy needs to be at all the
Yeah.
games.
And football, and all at the same
Yeah.
time.
All right, well, then you would need to go there, take a picture of it, and then that would be the...
No, I looked it up. Okay. You just got to take a picture with all your Ranger gear on and snap it from the waist up and send it in, and they do the work for you. So nice try.
What does it cost?
$50.
$50.
Oh, $50 is
Come on, Joe.
out of my range. No, I'm kidding. It's not. But I don't know if I would get one. I don't know. If Bre gets one, maybe I'll get
Oh,
one.
I'd totally get one.
Well,
Are you a Rangers fan? A Texas Rangers fan?
I've got nobody else to be a fan of.
We all four should get them, but let's body paint ourselves.
Body paint.
Okay.
Well, so to conclude, though, like I said, I wanted to keep it short and sweet because I knew DC was probably going to, ask questions and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
He's got no questions.
No.
No, I just want to know about Monday Night Football. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hey,
No. Hey, it's for the viewers that are listening, viewers and listeners out there. It's sports is slowly but surely coming back, so you should be very very excited about it. Not exactly the form that it was in years past, but that's what makes it interesting. MLB is shortening their season, as everyone knows, to I believe it's a 60-game season, so
Yeah.
Wow.
it'll be interesting. Be a lot of different variables you haven't
So-
seen in the past come up.
Well, Jay, I got a question. Do the players have to wear masks or anything? Because I heard something like football. They were talking about having to wear masks.
Yeah, so baseball, I don't believe so. No.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
there'll be no fans in the stands.
unless you want to do a cutout board like Bre. But
Yeah.
I don't believe. Yeah, for football, I don't know if they've come to a conclusion on that yet.
Okay.
But baseball, I do not believe they do.
What about bowling? Anything going on in the bowling?
Oh, I did find out.
Yeah.
So on Monday nights, it starts tonight. Like Cowtown Bowling is doing like free bowling for service industry people since they have nothing to do right now.
Really?
Yeah. And so basically you can go and get hammered at the bowling alley. And all you have to do is, like, when you're sitting there drinking, you don't have to wear a mask. But when you go to, like, bowl, you have to put your mask on to throw the ball, and then you can go back and take it off.
I'm definitely going, but we should go bowling.
We need to go bowling.
Our new field trip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Jake could go
That is,
too.
yeah, that is quite a rule that they have at that bowling alley.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know,
How do they? I guess they cut a hole and put their cigarette through the mask.
you
And,
probably could.
Yeah.
I mean, but I know for, like, certain sports, like the PBR, like the bull riders, when you're not actually getting on the animal, all the guys have
Yeah.
masks on.
Do the bulls have to wear masks?
No, but they should, because they're messy.
They drool.
Yeah, I was gonna say they drool a lot.
My
so.
bull does.
hey Jay,
Our cows do.
Yes.
cow report. We gotta get a farm report. Hey, would you get our guest ready? I sent you a text.
Sure.
All right. Hey, Jay, thanks for the sports. We love you and can't wait to hear what's going on in the world of bowling next week.
Woo!
Bowling, yeah. We'll try to find some. You need an intro too.
You
Oh,
know-
yeah. Well, I'll work on your intro. Don't worry about that.
Actually, yeah. Never mind. Don't do one.
And we'll get a picture of you.
Don't you worry about
No.
that.
No, no intro.
If you don't think I'm a paparazzi, then watch out.
We'll hide
Well,
behind the
while
bushes.
Jay's getting our guest ready for the second half of our show, I wanted to mention, did you guys hear that, well, I guess you knew that Great White back in 2003 did a show in West Warwick, Rhode Island that resulted in a fire that killed about 100 people, including their guitarist, Ty Longley. I didn't know if you guys knew that, but the blaze injured 200 people.
Wow.
Besides those it killed. But anyway, so Great White had another recent experience that didn't go very well for them in the media. They've actually apologized for playing a controversial show. It was deemed controversial because there was no social distancing, mandatory masks, or other COVID-19 safety protocols. So Great White, they did it. The venue was cool. Everybody was cool. But the fact, the band got targeted on this deal. And so people raised hell with them. And so they had to publicly apologize.
That's BS.
Yeah.
I wrote a song about it.
Yeah. Write a song about it. Yeah. So poor Great White, man, they just had another experience. But
Is it Jack Russell's Great White now? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
no,
Yeah.
you are.
Okay.
You're correct.
All right. Cool.
I wanted to tell you guys too that Harrison Ford was born today.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, American actor, 77 years old, man.
Well, good old Indy.
Good old Indy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julius Caesar was born on this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart, 79 today. Stephen McQueen, Bullet.
Yeah, that was one cool dude. I mean, he was the essence of cool.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he died. I mean, born.
So I started smoking.
He died, but he was born on this day. And
right.
man, one of my favorites, Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's hero.
Was born on this day.
Now, didn't he end up in some peculiar situation over in Joshua Tree? Is that the guy I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Tell me about it later.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later. I don't want to ruin your hero.
I liked old Bob Crane. I loved Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
But also Mark the Animal Mendoza Glickman. He was an American bassist for Twisted Sister. You know, the We're Not Gonna Take It Anymore guys.
Yeah.
Born in Long Island, New York on this day. And Cameron Crowe, American director, screenwriter, journalist for Rolling Stone, author and actor of Almost Famous, one
Almost
of my
Famous.
favorite movies, and Jerry Maguire. And Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
He did that one too?
Yep.
Wow.
Born in Palm Springs, California on this day. And also born on this day in 1989, Sayuma Mischigi.
Yuma Mischigi.
Japanese singer. I have no clue who she is. I guess it's a she.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I also want to mention that Kelly Preston passed away yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
John Travolta's bride.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she passed away. She was like 57.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was 57.
57?
From what?
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Breast
she's
cancer.
been battling breast cancer
Wow.
for a while. And yeah, how tragic is
It
that,
It's
right?
unfortunate.
And John Travolta, he's one of my favorite actors ever. That's really thoughts and prayers. Yep. Jay, how we doing with Ira?
He should have it.
Okay.
Does he know when to?
Yeah, let's. I'm going to introduce him. Let's see. Stand by, because he should be coming on here just real quickly. He should have the email, right?
He does, yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, I want to tell you who's our guest tonight. For almost 2 decades here in Dallas, a strange elephant-like creature adorned bumper stickers, billboards, and the T-shirts of young adults who called themselves zoo freaks. The creature was the logo for the radio station KZEW, the station that spoke for a generation of local baby boomers, blasting out rock and roll, defining the lifestyle of the post-Woodstock generation and hosting huge free concerts that filled Fair Park and Reunion Arena. If you remember Reunion Arena, that was so long ago. Yeah. KZEW was a pioneer on the FM dial at a time when there were few FM stations, and those that did exist drizzled out tranquilizing music for doctors' offices. After a meteoric rise to the top of the rock radio heap, the Zoo completely disappeared from the FM dial and only has existed again for about the last 4 years. To look at the history of the Zoo is to look at the changing profile of Dallas and the evolution of the underground radio into a more profitable, more cautious, less vital medium. KZEW FM had its birth in 1973, and I was a mere child when Ira Lipson and John Dew came to Dallas from Detroit, where they had worked in FM rock. The duo was hired to work at WFAA's AM station, but what they lusted after was a then little-used station, WFAA-FM, which vended beautiful music. Dew somehow convinced the powers that be at the conservative Belo Corporation, the Dallas Morning News, Channel 8, to let him and Lipson try out a rock and roll format on the company's FM single. Guys, and we're fixing to hear the rest of the story from the founder of the Zoo, KZEW, Dallas Fort Worth, and beyond, Ira Lipson. Ira, you with me?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Doing great. Ira, how are you?
Just hanging in there, man.
Are you? Are you guys coping with the COVID?
Well, we're doing whatever we can. It's a strange time in the world.
Man, isn't it? It really is. I said this a while ago. It seems like I say it pretty often now that if you'd have told me 10 years ago all these things going on in the world today, I would have never believed you. I'd have labeled you a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean?
It's a bad movie.
Yeah. Now I can see you, Ira.
All right.
Yeah. So how are you doing?
Just doing great, man.
Yeah.
Just doing great.
Yeah.
We'd love to jump on a rocket ship to Mars, but Mars doesn't want Americans now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope we go anyway.
It's funny because it's
Yeah.
true.
When you came to Dallas back, I guess, in '73, you were venturing into some new territory. I guess you had a lot of experience already under your belt, and came down here and you started something that was amazing, and that I and others like me and that grew up with me, we enjoyed for years and years and years. And I want to talk about that. And I'd like to kind of start off, and I've got some photos, Jay, we're going to bring up, and Ira, we're going to refer to some of these photos. They should be in that video.
Okay. Daryl, before we get to the photos, let me give you a little background
Absolutely.
how the whole thing started up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was program director of a station in Detroit. It's WWWW, which they called W4. It's an album rock station.
Right.
And the general manager was a guy named John Dew. We got along just great. He wound up taking a job in Dallas at WFAA, which was part of Belo Broadcasting and the Dallas Morning News.
Right.
And at that time, he wanted me to be program director of kind of a soft rock pop station, WFAA AM, which was at 570. But John Dew and I both lusted after the FM, which was just running one of those schmaltzy, beautiful music formats, like
Right.
1001 Strings, play the Beatles, or Andre Constellatus, play some schmaltzy song that'll put you to sleep.
Elevator music.
Oh, bad elevator music. So John finally convinces the board of directors to let us take over the FM. And I start thinking about, what I can call this station. At the time, everybody was K this and K that, or W this and W that. And I came up with the idea to call the station the Zoo, which was like a totally different world. And in fact, the competition, the other stations in town, you have to send them a letter from the FCC saying, these are the call letters that we applied for, KZEW.
Uh-huh.
And just screw with their minds a little bit, we sent everybody a kazoo. And for a long time, they were calling the station Kazoo.
Oh, wow.
We knew where we were going, but I needed to have a good logo. And I didn't want to do the usual. At that time, everybody was doing bumper stickers with their call letters and frequency real big.
Right.
And I wanted to do something different. And once we finally got our logo, I was able to do the window stickers. But I think what you have up is some of the actual process of developing the Zoo logo. And This has never been seen by anybody before. You got a world premiere on this.
So you sent me exclusive material.
On the bottom of a stack of things, and I did some shots of these things. So if you're ready, go ahead and start.
Yeah, Jay. Let's roll that.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Should be the Zoo.
Rawhide.
The Zoo gives you rock for the senses. For the senses. For the senses. For the senses. Lows that evolve into highs that pierce. Feel the rock on 98 KZEW, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah, do we have the logo graphics?
Yeah, we're pulling them up now, Ira.
Okay. Anyway, I had a good friend named Dan Phillips, and he's the guy who did the Zoo logo, did a lot of it, and was a very, very creative guy.
Okay, here we go. This is the early development right here. Ira, can you see?
Nope.
The logos are up though, so he can continue to talk if he wants.
Okay, yeah. I guess Ira, the first page of the early development logos are up.
Oh, okay. Well, you can start to see he was looking at some unusual ideas. Some of them are a little bit too far out, and if you want to start going into some of the next ones, eventually he came up with the idea of putting a radio inside of a creature, and we started developing things. Eventually, we wound up, I think, with one that had a lion.
Right.
And
we're looking at it now.
He had an elephant in there, and I said, "Yeah, work on that elephant a little bit more." And then he came up with the rough drawing of what we actually went with, and that logo, in one way or another, stayed with the station through its entire existence.
Wow. Now, Ira, tell me, why the zoo?
I mean, why did we pick that name?
Yes.
Well, it kind of has a connotation of wild animals and a fun place to be. And it seemed like it opened itself up to doing a lot of other plays off of the name zoo. And it's easy to remember also. You know, is it easier to remember the zoo elephant or somebody's string of call letters yelled at you?
Right.
So it worked out really well for us.
Yeah.
The
And then
cool.
it started off, I don't know if you can see, that was one of our first ones. And it eventually developed into some other permutations. We even did patches at one point. I think this was from a promotion where I got a whole bunch of free used work shirts from a distributor that makes them for service stations and things.
Right.
And he gave them to us for free. We put patches on, and the backs were Bob Dylan, and I think we did Michael Murphy as well, and gave them to people. Just some different kinds of stuff.
That's cool.
Wow.
The air staff was just so great, and I was so lucky. I was able to bring 3 guys from the Detroit station, Ken Rundle, Mark Addy, and Gary Shaw. And then we added in Mike Taylor, who we found in Austin, who did middays. And the evenings were Mark Christopher, who had been at some stations here, and the infamous John Dillon.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
had some great weekend people, an incredible staff that did alternate news at a time when alternate news was not a thing.
Right.
So,
Now, tell me a little bit about the alternate news.
it was a lot of stuff about alternate cultures, drugs, sex, rock and roll, but it also touched on real news. But we never had anybody talking like this, reading the news.
Yeah.
It's all very conversational and we hope very, very relatable. Because back then you had to run news, you had to run public service. It was an FCC requirement.
Oh, okay.
Nowadays, stations don't have to do that at all. One of the things that we did, one of our news guys, Jamie Fryer, had a whole series called the Urban Survival Handbook.
Right.
And in it was all about helping people cope with life in the city. And if you had problems, if you needed some advice, if you wanted to know about recycling or who to call if somebody is pregnant, just all sorts of things. And we wound up putting together a booklet. And then from that, we created an urban survival fair where we had lots of booths and music at UT Arlington. And we wound up with about 60,000 people there. We got Nitty Gritty Dirt Band to play.
Oh, wow.
That was a really big first promotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a community service at the same time.
Yeah. Now, Ira, I've got a couple of shots here of the studio.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the studio, the early studios?
Yeah. Philo Broadcasting put us in the crappiest little place with the most worn out, god-awful equipment.
You mean that little closet?
What?
You mean what looks like a small closet?
Exactly it. But it turned out being kind of good because all of that energy all went into the microphone and the music.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't like there were a lot of other distractions in there.
Right.
And I think we also have a shot of the production studio.
Right.
And Mark Christopher and myself there.
Right.
And we did a lot of great, not just commercials, but shows in there. There was a late Saturday night wacky program that Mark put together. Just a lot of creativity coming out of that equipment.
Right. Ira, I've never heard a radio station that had the level of creativity that you guys came up with, especially in those early years. And it's never been matched as far as I'm concerned. And it seems like to me today that has been stifled by the corporate BS. There's no more. They've taken away the ability to be creative. You guys had a license just to do whatever you wanted to do, right?
Well, I could come up with an idea driving into the station and start putting it into effect and having it on the air by the end of the day. Right. I didn't have to run through lawyers or consultants or have to deal with research directors and corporate vice presidents and boards of directors. And we didn't have all that stuff. So we were free to create and try different things. And a couple of things we did bombed, but for the most part, we did a lot of really cool stuff and had a blast doing it. I couldn't wait to get to work every day.
Yeah. I read somewhere where you were on your way to work, you'd be writing notes on the windshield of your car.
Well, I used to, when I'd be at home, I would, as I was going from room to room, I'd have ideas and I'd scribble them down. And as I was going into work in the morning, I'd make the rounds of all of the rooms, pick up my little bits of notes, take them to the car. And if I had any thoughts in the car, I'd start to, be writing things down. And I thought, shit, I'm going to get in an accident because I'm not paying attention to the road. So I got a grease pencil and started writing things down on the windshield.
Yeah.
And when I got to the station, I'd copy them down and go into the station. Now, is that obsessive or what?
No, man, it's just cool.
It is.
It's just cool. It's cool.
And, to answer your question, Daryl, right now, virtually all of the radio stations are owned by these big conglomerates.
Yeah. And
they own, 5 or 6 stations in the market. And so much of it is voice tracked from other cities. If you're a program director in Dallas, you may be having to take care of 2, 3, or 4 different stations. And we get some live radio, but especially in smaller markets, ain't nobody home.
Right.
And it gets really sad sometimes.
Yeah.
If there's a storm coming, a tornado, there's nobody there to tell anybody.
Right.
They're running the tapes that say, hey, another gorgeous day here.
Yeah.
While people are getting blown away.
Yeah, it's awful. I'm laughing, but it's really awful. Well, Ira, let's talk about that Armadillo Festival.
Yeah, that was one of our first big free concerts. We hoodwinked Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Freddie King, Rusty Weir, and Blue Oyster Cult. And they were playing on the steps of the Cotton Bowl.
Wow.
And we had a huge, huge crowd for that. It was totally free. What was interesting is we had our listeners come and volunteer to build the scaffolding. That would never happen today. And not only that, we brought cases of beer for them.
Wow.
An attorney today would have a shit fit.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, they think of liability. No way.
Yes,
Unions
exactly.
are going to get involved.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that was fun.
What kind of beer did you buy 'em?
I think it was Blatz. Which is a great name for a beer.
As long as it's cold,
Yeah, they went cheap. That was great, the Blatz. Oh man, yeah, we're looking at these photos from that festival. Rusty Weir and Freddie King, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Those are awesome photos. Okay, now you mentioned the Urban Survival Fair, right? But I want you to tell me a little bit more about that. That was a pretty cool deal.
We did talk about it a little while ago.
Yeah.
And just that it was interesting to work with a university.
Right,
And
UTA.
we're very much in support of the whole thing. And a guy named Jamie Fryer was really the genius behind creating the Urban Survival Fair. And I just thought, hey, this is a neat way for us to expand and also get our name out in front of some folks who may not have heard us before.
So the Fort Worth Press back then, that's before the Star Telegram, right?
It was another competing paper. That
Was it? Okay. They reported 70,000 people at that fair.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we're looking at some photos from that event now and some posters. So you guys did a lot of stuff for free.
Yes.
It was great marketing, right?
We sponsored regular concerts.
Yeah.
When the Rolling Stones came to town,
Right.
we'd have our name on it, but you can't give away free tickets to see the Stones.
Right. Right. Shoot.
But we did a lot of free concerts. We also had Zoo Free Sunday at the Electric Ballroom, and every Sunday,
Electric
which is
Ballroom,
usually a
yeah.
down day for venues and musicians.
Yeah.
We did a lot of breaking acts and folks who later on became pretty big size stars.
Right.
And those were always free shows. One other thing that I wanted to talk about was the Zoo Goodwill concert.
Right.
And I don't know if you've got stuff.
Well,
up
I've got zoo ads up now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just roll through some of the zoo ads.
Okay.
And if there's anything that you need me to comment on, because I can't see them.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry about that. This, you would think 2020 the technology would be such that you'd be able to see everything, but I guess not. But yeah, the Zoo Can Jam, I've got that up right now.
Yeah, for that one, admission was a can or two.
Right.
Of food.
Yeah, you guys were just always doing promotions like to give back to the community too. It seems like you didn't spare any time or expense in giving back.
Well, I always wanted to be able to give back and serve the community, as well as have a radio station that's going to be successful, and it obviously has to be profitable.
Right.
Otherwise, folks upstairs won't let you continue.
Yeah.
And we were lucky in that we were able to do both.
How much money were you making back then?
Not enough. Because, let me tell you what,
no, wait, Ira, you can be honest
Yeah.
now. It's been too long.
listen, man, I was program director. I was promotions director.
Yeah.
I was in charge of all the outside advertising.
Yeah.
I worked doing commercials, and I was also doing some fill-in work on the air. When I left, they had to hire 3 people to replace me. So yeah, I was underpaid.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
still loved my job.
Yeah, it's one thing I gather, even if I had never spoken to you, I gather from all the articles and the interviews that you've done is that you loved what you did, and that's what was the catalyst for the station being so successful.
And we hired really good creative people and gave them freedom to create.
Right.
And I mean, like now, if you listen to a station like KZPS, the person on the air, wherever they may happen to be, they have no input on what songs are going to be played or how they're going to be fit together or the mood that they're creating. That's all pre-set up on a computer someplace.
Yeah.
And it's just a very different world.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it really is. I was the other day, I was thinking, really all the baby boomers primarily that were such fans of the zoo, were it's like more like a cult. I mean, people listen to rock and roll radio stations now, but they don't put the stickers on their cars. They don't put the stickers on the mirror at home.
Yeah.
They don't wear the T-shirts. It was more like a cult.
Speaking of T-shirts, this was one of the wacky things that we did. I don't know. Can you see that okay?
No, all I can see now is the... Jay, can you minimize so I can see him?
This was a zoo van sticker, a huge thing that we offered to people who had vans and wanted to do something cool with them.
Wow.
But from my standpoint, it was free billboards driving around town.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys were marketing geniuses, is all I can tell you.
And we had zoo biker stickers for
Yeah.
motorcycles.
You had business stickers
Yes.
come
we
in.
had-
Yeah.
We had one called "Come On In"
Yeah.
that was kind of a reverse sticker that a zoo-friendly business could put in. It was the zoo logo, and on the bottom it would just say "Come On In."
Right.
And again, little things like that don't cost much, but it gives you a lot of visibility.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at a poster now where Robin Trower actually came into the zoo and performed live, I guess, with Mahogany Rush.
Yeah, I think that was from maybe, was that Travis Street Electric Company? Maybe it was one of our January sound concerts. We had stereo lines into January Sound.
Oh, okay.
Live shows from Foghat and Willie Nelson, Don McLean, lots of artists.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to pay for that, obviously. I think we paid some studio time to January Sound, but it was great exposure for artists. And well, that kind of leads us to Peter Frampton, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, let me move ahead here. I'm looking at Zooberry Jam, and here's a Rot Your Mind poster.
Zooberry Jam was an interesting thing. Let me just give you a quick update on that.
Yeah.
We had a series called Homegrown that I think every Saturday night late, we would feature a local band.
Right.
Because we thought that was important as well. And we would pay for a band to go into January Sound, not live, but recorded, and then we'd play it back on a Saturday night. And that also gave us the ability, if we were doing an ad for a club and Lightning was going to be there, we could play their music. We don't just have to say, and the band will be there.
Right.
And I thought this was pretty cool. And we wound up making a record album of some of the best of our Homegrown series. And it was called Homegrown. And it was $1.98, and the profits all went to a charity.
Right.
And it's amazing that you still see those out on eBay, that people are getting good money for copies of that.
Right, right. You mentioned Lightning. I had Rocky Athos on my show not too long ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, Ira, we're ready for Peter Frampton.
Okay, Peter Frampton was coming off of Humble Pie and had gone solo, and we had the chance to put him into a January Sound concert. And it was great. There were just maybe 2 or 3 people inside the studio with the band. I was lucky enough to be with them. And he played some great tunes, and one of them was Do You Feel Like We Do?
Oh, yeah, classic.
And I thought, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Today at the station, people are calling in saying, hey, can you play that song? So we broke it out from the master tapes and started to play it. And it became our most requested song. And it went on and on and on. And for months and months, it was our most requested song.
Wow.
And I personally loved it because if somebody was calling Q102 and saying, hey, can you play Do You Feel Like We Do? They had to say, sorry, that's only available at the zoo.
Yeah, you hated that, didn't you, Ira?
So as a result of the reaction, the record company wound up putting out the Frampton Live album, which became huge.
Oh, yeah.
And they gave us a gold record because of it.
Wow. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, tell me about the Goodwill concert.
Goodwill concert is probably the singular best thing I ever did. I had heard that Goodwill was in really bad shape because they weren't getting enough contributions, discards, old clothes and whatever, and they really needed more.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, we worked up a free concert with a catch. We got Black Oak, Arkansas, which was really huge then, Wishbone Ash, Pure Prairie League, and Head East.
Wow.
And we went on the air and we said, your ticket is in your closet. Admission was a bag of old clothes for Goodwill Industries.
Wow.
We had 100,000 people come.
Yeah.
And they donated 110 tons of clothes for Goodwill Industries.
Look at this.
Even
look at this crowd.
The guy ride on his bicycle and leave it as a donation.
Wow.
I mean, the concert was great. The crowd was killer.
Yeah.
And
Where was the
to
concert
be able
at?
to do something like that was really special. We had, I don't know if you can see this, just a huge crowd.
Was that the Cotton Bowl?
Yes. Yes.
You should see the audience. It's huge.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was really proud of that one.
Oh yeah, yeah, boy.
But what do you have up next?
Can't be any more successful than that with an event. Well, I've got some photos of you with some rock stars, and I'd like to hear about some of some of the celebrity musicians that you actually got to meet.
Well, I wish that I would have had a camera and kept it there, because there was hundreds of people who came through,
Mm-hmm.
but I just have a couple of things. I don't know which pictures you have up, so I can't tell you about them. I can just kind of roll through some of the things.
Yeah, sure.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know there's one of me and Joan Baez. There's one with me and Bob Shannon with Bev Bevan, the ELO drummer. There's a great picture of me and Bob Seeger. And there's
Right.
a shot with Willie Nelson, which is kind of fun.
So a lot of those guys, this is we're looking at the one with Seeger right now. A lot of those guys, I guess when they were in town, they'd come by the station.
Sure. I mean, ego aside, the Zoo was a really important station for musicians and record companies.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other stations looked to what we were playing and then added those songs to their playlists. And they also knew that we had a very active audience, and to come on the Zoo and hype your music or to talk about your concert tonight. I remember one day Richie Havens came by, and we didn't have a January sound setup. We put him in the news booth, and I was just tweaking the controls, and he played, I think it was Just Like a Woman. I mean, just some killer stuff like that. A lot of guys would come through, and it was just a great time for music and also a great time for radio.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that came together at the same time that really were cool.
Yeah, I got to ask you, out of all the cool people that you met, which was the most memorable for you?
I think Gene Wilder.
Huh.
Gene Wilder came through, and I said, "Hey, can I get you some coffee?" And he said, "No, what I would really like is a cup of Earl Grey tea." Because, I mean, that's very British. And I said, "I just happen to have some Earl Grey tea." He was so effing happy.
Really?
To get a cup of his tea.
Wow, you actually had some.
Yeah.
Wow.
But all the artists were good. I don't think we ever had anybody who was not great.
Yeah. Well, what
But
about? Go ahead.
wish I would have had a camera to
Oh
have
yeah.
more.
Yeah. Well, if it had been nowadays, you'd have had your phone and you'd have filled it up full of those photos, I'm sure.
Yes.
What about Rocktober? That was a cool event.
Yeah. Mark Christopher was the guy who helped put all of that together. We got War, Billy Joel, Charlie Daniels Band, and more. And we connected up with the folks at Channel 8 downstairs to video it and then do a stereo simulcast. Now, this is before stereo television.
Right.
So to be able to watch your TV and have your speakers on and actually to be able to crank it up and hear it in stereo was a pretty cool thing.
Oh, it was.
And we gave away free tickets for it. And then Channel 8 ran the thing. Do you have an ad for it there?
Yeah, let's see. Actually, I've got a photo of Charlie Daniels up now. And gosh, such a sad thing that we recently lost him, too.
Sure.
But
Sure.
let me see. I think I've got the ad coming up next, maybe. Let's see. There we go. Saturday night will fly you to the stars. The Zoo Rocktober concert.
Yep.
Saturday, 10:30 p.m.
Be there or be square.
Absolutely. I love the fact that you're still involved with the Zoo. I love to hear your voice.
Well, I just have fun every once in a while. I'll toss in a couple of wacky liners for them just for the heck of it.
They're not wacky.
Cool.
They are so.
No, they're cool as hell, man. They're not wacky. Are you kidding me? Dude, you have no clue what an inspiration you have been
Yeah,
to
a legend.
Yeah, that's what I said. The man, no myth, just all legend.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You have an idea what you created, but you have no idea how important it was to so many people. I mean, to this day, I mean, I'm still a huge fan. I've got, Zoo poster on my wall, in my office. I mean, it's such a huge part of, I mean, that's what we listened to. That was our station, and you were the creator of that. And gosh, I guess I owe you a cup of coffee at least.
Yeah.
Or a beer. After COVID, I'm going to buy you a beer.
Some Blatz beer.
You want some tea? Is that, you going to ask for tea instead?
Yeah, you got some Earl Grey too.
Earl Grey. I'll find some Earl Grey if that's what you want. Okay, Ira, we're going to run out of time, but I want to cover the. I got some zoo junk here, the miscellaneous files.
Yeah. One of the last things that I did before leaving the station was coming up with the concept for Zoo World.
Right.
And after I left, they ran with it, and that was a huge success for many years.
Well, tell people about it.
Well, the idea was similar in a way to the Urban Survival Fair, in my mind, and I think it morphed from there. I wanted to have a musical event, but also to have booths from some community organizations relevant to our listeners, and also with some businesses that advertise on the station, and wrap it all up and have music and appearances and stars. And it became so huge, I think they had to close the thing down on occasion.
Wow.
And it was also a very profitable thing for the sales department, so I guess they loved that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, I've got go ahead.
I will say that we were able to be very harmonious with the sales department. If a commercial came in that I felt didn't fit the station, some screaming car dealer or some bubble gum pimple cream, I was able to say, no, we're not going to run that.
And they didn't.
Sometimes it cost the sales department some money,
yeah.
But they trusted that it would alienate our listeners if we had the wrong kind of ad.
Right.
I don't think that happens today.
No. I think if they're a paying customer, they're going on the air. The cool thing about the zoo, and I've never seen it matched here, at least, with my ears, is the fact that you guys just didn't play the top 10. You played the deep cuts, the B-sides, the last track on the freaking album, And to this day, I can listen to the zoo with the programming that's being done by Chaz and whoever else is involved in, and I hear songs that sometimes I might even own that album because I have a huge vinyl collection. But I may have even bought that album back in the late 70s or 80s and forgot about that song. But I hear it on the zoo and it reminds me, oh, that album, God, I've got that album, So, you guys played stuff that was deep. And
but what we tried to do is sandwich it. And if we had something that was a relatively unfamiliar song, we'd make sure that the songs on either side of it were things that people were familiar with.
Right.
Also, I think we gave people a reason to listen. I mean, right now you can turn on the classic rock station,
right,
and they're playing the same 200 or 300 songs over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And there's really, in my mind, not a reason to keep listening, because there's never any element of surprise. There's never that, oh wow, I used to hear that song. I love that song. A reason for folks to keep on listening.
Right.
And that's one of the things that we tried to do.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job at it. Still are to this day. Now I've got a Zulu cartoon, a little strip up on the screen right now. Tell me about Zulu.
I got some here if you want to switch over. Dan Phillips, the guy who did the zoo logo, we came up with the idea of doing Zulu comics, and Zulu is the elephant's name, in case you didn't know. And he would come up with wacky things that we would run in our Zoo Buddy magazine. We sponsored Buddy for many years, and were able to talk about things going on at the station and be able to use it and promote it. That was a great relationship.
So you said you guys sponsored Buddy Magazine?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah. And I think after I left, they may have dropped it. I don't know. But while I was there, we always had a Zoo News page talking about things at the station and pictures of the jocks with celebrities. And also, some of the humor of the station would also leak over into the sales department. I designed the concept for the sales brochure.
Uh-huh.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, zoo propaganda,
Right.
where where everybody is out there saying we're the biggest, we're the best, and having a little bit of deprecating humor, I think helped a lot.
Yeah.
We had also such an avid audience, especially in our target audiences, that it was a pretty good, easy sale for the sales folks. And so the station was profitable. The station was, I think, artistically successful. It was a great time to be in radio. It was a great time for music. And I'm really lucky that I was able to play in my sandbox at that time.
Yeah. Now, let's see, you left the station in what, about 78?
78.
78, yeah.
Yeah, I came back, Daryl, from a vacation and was still fried. And I was afraid that if I kept on at the pace that I was going, and I was kind of a maniac back then, a whirling dervish, I was afraid I might have a heart attack.
Yeah.
I, at that time, had started doing a lot of commercial voice work and was very successful doing that.
Okay.
I was also a creative consultant for a station in Oklahoma City called The Cat, which went from dead last to #1 within a year.
Wow.
And it was just time for me to go and have a little bit calmer life for my health.
Right. Right. Ira, hang on a second. I'm going to close out this video. Just a moment.
Sure.
Okay, Jay, you can take me back to Ira.
Okay, well, this has been fun.
Ira, I am so excited still that you did this. I've been wanting to do this for some time, and I thought, God, how appropriate to have the founder of the zoo as my first guest on this new show we're doing on Mondays. And oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Your yoga instructor stopped by our shop over in the Design District, and I met her, and she said you sent me a couple of stickers, of business stickers, and I added those to my collection. I actually brought my one of my zoo stickers that I framed. I was going to have you sign it tonight, but since we didn't get to do it in person, but I'm going to meet up with you, and we'll make that happen.
Hopefully it's sooner rather than later.
Dude, let me tell you, I know. But you guys continue to stay in as much as you can and take care of yourself, because we want to see a lot more creativity coming out of that Ira Lipson. I can tell you that much.
Well, thanks so much for remembering the zoo.
Oh, dude, it's
Yeah,
it's a privilege. It's an honor. Yeah, we're so excited, and I'm so thankful that you shared those photos with me. I know they're exclusive, and I love getting to share those with the audience. Actually, Ira, some of those photos were familiar to me from back in the day. A lot of them weren't, but some of them were, and it so many good memories, are connected to that station and you guys. And I've got to ask this before we go. So I know I've heard Beverly's voice on the zoo back recently. So I guess she's doing some work. And then who else? I know Chaz Mixon. But there's now, of course, they all came after you, right?
Well, no, Beverly was originally my secretary, and then I put her on the air doing a late night show, and then eventually, I think it was the 10 o'clock show that we gave her.
Was she really? She started as your secretary.
Yes.
Wow, very cool. Yeah, well, it's great hearing some of those voices from the past back on.
I think I hear Ken Rundle on there occasionally.
Yes, exactly. And man, I can't tell you how much I miss. And I know this was after you, but LaBella and Rhodey, their show they did. Sure. That was.
Well, I knew John pretty well, and he was such a great guy.
Yeah.
Just a tragedy.
Yeah, it really was such a loss. But man, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you did this, and I can't wait to meet up with you in person.
Okay. Have a good one.
Thank you so much, Ira. We'll see you soon.
Okay, man.
Take care. Yes, sir. All right. That was Ira Lipson, founder of KZEW, the Zoo. And you can still listen to the Zoo right here on Vocal. All you have to do is download that free app, Vocal Now. Download that app onto your mobile device, and you can listen to the Zoo all day long, every day, 24/7, 365. And you might even hear me do the concert calendar when we start having concerts again. Of course, if you don't have a mobile device, which I would be surprised if anybody doesn't, you can always just go to vocalnow.com in your browser and watch Barside Jive, listen to the Zoo. There's all kinds of good content on the platform, so check it out. Guys, we are so glad, right, that you hung out with us tonight. We've had a great time. It was an honor having Ira on the show. Brad did a great job. Well, it was pretty great with art and fashion. Yeah. I loved the Walmart fashion. That was took my breath away.
Yeah, hopefully
Brad.
Next time I'll be able to see the photos and know what we're talking about.
Yeah, and
but it was fun.
Yeah, the statues with the penises were a little much, but I mean everything else was pretty cool. And Bre, her news, I thought she did a fantastic job. I mean, we went from freaking breaking news to freaking Bre's news.
That's right.
Bre's news. It's
Yeah.
all the Bre's.
And what did y'all think about the traffic and weather?
The traffic and weather was great.
I'm glad we have the money for a chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we don't have the money for drinks and snacks, but we do have the money for a Black Hawk. Well, guys.
And Jay. You forgot about Jay.
Oh, Jay. God.
Jay.
Because Jay's not in the room.
Unbelievable.
I got you, Jay. I got your back.
Yeah.
He's busy. He's in there
Brad.
juggling his balls.
You're welcome, Jay.
I'm actually taking out all of DC's parts now.
Well, guys, we hope that you will join us again next Monday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. We'll have more news and weather and sports and traffic.
Art and fashion. It'll be great.
Art and fashion, yes. We'll have it all for you. So tune in next Monday, 4 o'clock. We'll see you then. Right, guys?
That's right.
That's right.
Okay. Have a great week, despite all the shitty news that you hear on your network channels. Just ignore that shit and listen to some more rock and roll.
That's it.
Okay, guys, we are signing off. We'll see you next Monday. Thanks again for watching or listening. You can do started 15 minutes.